Alrighty, everybody, and welcome to the virtual Sonoma Raceway, formerly known as Sears Point, for the High Velocity Racing League Cup Series, round number 5. And it is going to be an interesting race this evening. Road course racing. We're going left and right. Not the first time we've had to do this in the Cup car. Or it is the first time we've had to do it in the Cup car, so not the first time we've had to do it in High Velocity Racing League this season. But it is going to be a 55-lap race on this 1.96-mile track with 3 additional sets of tires with no fast repair. Stages will be at lap 14 and 28, and we will be re-racking them at those stage breaks. Ambient temperature outside of 74 degrees with some decent wind. And 107-degree track temp is going to make for some slick conditions in this race. It's going to be a very interesting one, and it is on the historic, Cup Historic, which is now the one that they continue to use now. So we will see how these guys are able to do tonight. So far, fastest on track is the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine. He's got about a sixth of a second gap to the second fastest driver. Looks like he might be off track though right now. Is he? No, he's right there. Said he was pretty excited for this race in the pre-race conversations that we had on the podcast. So he talked about it, and hopefully he's able to put down some decent lap times and keep himself out front this evening. Keep himself out of harm's way. Another driver that was picked is the number 11 of Bryce Tucker. A very, very good road racer in the truck series so far. He won our race at the Kansas Road Course in the truck series, and he was competitive in both of the other truck series races at road courses as well. Or the other one, which was the Roval. I believe we're going still to Watkins Glen, not this weekend coming, but the weekend after. So expect him to do well, but we'll see what he's able to do. He is the 3rd fastest right now. And he is about a second slower than Bryce at this moment. He ran a 1:17.78 as his fast lap so far. CD Mangrum 2nd fastest right now as well. He's not on track. And Mike Marini 4th fastest so far. All it takes is one mistake for somebody to really put themselves in a bad position as well this evening. So these guys getting as much practice as they possibly can. Multiple drivers have run 15 laps or 14 laps, so trying to get as much in there as possible. There is Ray Hanneman. He is 11th fastest so far.
Mic check.
As we hear Tucker come across the radio there.
Gotcha.
Not sure how much of a road racer he is, but his fast time so far is a 1:20.56. We'll see if he's able to better that time this lap here. He is, actually. He shaves off a couple of seconds, up to a 1:18.7. So able to make a better time this time around. Another one to watch out for is Jose Mercado. He did very well in the Xfinity series race at Most Sport. He was very, very close to having a shot at beating Bryce. Another one to watch out for here tonight, as the practice session comes to close. We will head into our qualifying session and see where these drivers will be racked up for the start of this race. We'll see who the first one out into pit road is. The drivers are going to have 10 minutes here to get down a set of 2 laps. Jose is one of the first few out on track. Mercado and Lanford both running about the same area of the track on their out laps. We'll stick with Mercado through his out lap. Let's see what he's able to do. All the drivers out on track, except for Ray Hanneman. He's sitting on pit road still. Now all the drivers are out on track as Mercado comes in through the final corner. Try to generate as much speed to start this qualifying lap here as he can. He'll be the first one to take the green flag for his qualifying session. Something to watch out for going into turn number 1 there is the car is able to get really upset, and you are very easy to break loose, but the elevation changes will play a big factor in that. As you see there, Mercado getting loose into that corner. I believe that's 3A. He keeps it on the track, though, so this lap will still be counted. He comes down into the S's here. 7, 8, and 9. And then turn 10 here. The hard right till we get to the big old carousel U-turn here at the end. Turn 11. The hard braking zone. Wraps it right on that paint of the curb. And Mercado will get his first lap down. .119.34, that's not a bad time at all. Marini is faster, though. Marini with a 117.79. Wilder slower than, about 6/10 slower than Mercado. We'll hop on with Marini, though. Hawk, Kern both jump Mercado into second and third. Fry into fourth. Marini, though, fastest so far. Aggressive with the curbs. Is able to keep it on track, though, is Marini. Fontaine getting a 116.5 puts him on the pole. Will Marini be able to get a better lap time to challenge the 12 for the pole? Out of turn 11, here he comes. is not able to better his time. He ran a 1:18.02 that last lap. Bryce coming into turn 11 now. $1:16.2. Improves his time by 0.3 of a second. Bryce Tucker, he's running his second lap right now. His first lap was a 1:18.96 as he tries to improve his time. Big aggression off of turn 10 and down into turn 11. Locks it up a little bit. Able to keep it out of the tire barrier, but it is going to slow his time way down. As he is not able to get that lap. Joe Hudson on track. Nope, never mind. Joe Hudson not on track. C.D. Mangrum the only one on track now. He was able to get down a 1:18.15. That'll put him 5th fastest. Not sure if he's running another lap for time or not. Doesn't appear so. Yeah, he's coming down pit road. So you see there on the left-hand side, that is the starting order for this race this evening. Everybody did get a time down. $14 drivers this evening. It'll be a decent-sized field for a road course. Looking forward to see what these guys can do on this track. Take a look at the info once again, just to take a look at it. Track temp down to 100 degrees now, so it's a little cooler. Still clear. 18-mile-an-hour wind right now, so a little bit high winds up in the Northern California area. So 74 degrees outside. Like we said, 55 laps with 3 sets of tires. Stages at 14 and 28, and we will be re-racking them there at the stage breaks. So while we wait for qualifying to end, we will just take a quick break, and we will be right back with the action as the drivers get gridded up for the race. All right, we're going to get the drivers rolling here. We are
full on the first lap. I mean, you guys all know how to drive, so I don't need to tell you, but tires are going to be slick. Again, we're stacking the stages, or stacking the field at the stages, so just, you know, give a little bit more room. But good luck, everybody. Some good laps out here, too, so good lap, Marie.
You too, man.
All right, we'll go through the race grid here.
You said we're running the field?
We've got the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine leading him to the green flag here in the first position.
Can't let up too much. Heck, you might lap me by first stage.
P2 will be Mike Marini in the 45.
Checking the outside.
Jose Mercado starting in the third position in the 41. Eugene Hawk comes home, or starts it out in the fourth position in the 40. Starting P5, CD Mangrum in the number 9.
It looks like the track has not refreshed, so there is still some debris from practice and qualifying. So
and starting in the sixth position is the 31 of William Kern. Starting P7, the number 99 of Sean Wilder. Starting in eighth, it is the number 82 of Kevin Fry. In the ninth position, Bryce Tucker in the number 11.
Turn out the jet dryers.
Starting P10, the 52 of Sean Happick.
Well, we see what they do with the jet dryers.
P11 will be the number 27 of Danny Gross.
Track's already slick enough.
Colton Lanford starting in 12th in the 25th position, or 25 in the 12th position, rather, excuse me. Joe Hudson starts P13, your winner from Bristol this past week. And then rounding out the field, the number 85 of Ray Hanneman. As they come around the final corner of this track, they will be in the hands of the number 12. Green flag is out. Here we go. We are racing from Sonoma Raceway. Good opening corner there from Bryce. Jose trying to find his way beside the 12. Will not get a good run through that uphill section as he chases the number 12 down into turn number 5. Good run off of turn number 6 for Bryce as he's able to pull away from Mercado again. Overall, so far, not too bad of an opening lap here from Sonoma. Bryce continues pulling away from Mercado and will lead the first lap very well. Try to look back through the field to see if there's any battles. Looks like Kern's got Fry on his tail, trying to find a way by him. Searching for an opening. Hawk looks like he got a little bit loose there. He's able to get it under control though, and he's going to fall in behind Marini. Fourth through 7th, all right there under a blanket. Marini starting to separate a little bit from Fry. Oh, what happened to Kern? Not sure what happened to Kern here. Car just snapped loose and bang hard into the tire barrier. And that car is broken. That will be a night ender for the 31. The gap from Bryce to Mercado now out to 3 seconds. We talked about the elevation changes. That right there goes to show you what happened to the 31. The elevation change coming down through those S's. It is brutal. As Bryce Tucker goes ahead to get by the number 99. Fry also goes ahead to get by Wilder. Hanneman up 6 spots from the start of the race. And there's Colton Lanford. He's in turn 6, coming down through the S's now. Looks like he's got a little bit of front end damage there on the left front. Oh, he gets a little bit loose on through the S's on that curb. Ooh, hard hit to the rear of the car. He's going to jump to the pits. That was a hard shot for the 25. Lots of damage to the rear of that car. All it takes is a little bit too much aggression on that loud pedal on those curbs, and it will upset the car. Here comes Bryce into turn number 11, though. He's going to lead another lap. Mercado actually cut the gap down to about 2.25 seconds. You see him there in the background, chasing down the number 12. Could be tire management / gap management from Fountaine, but so far still leading is the number 12. Danny Gross lets Tucker by. He's got Fry right behind him as well, though. Tucker sets his sights on the number 85 ahead of him in P7. Happy so far being the silent killer. He is sitting in the 5th position. He's got Hawk right behind him, but very silent so far. Quietly moving his way through the field and maneuvering up to that top 5. Hawk will try to take it back from him, though. Hawk going to look for a crossover here, potentially, in turn number 11. Doesn't find the hole. Happy is able to close it off and run away down through the front straight, in through the start-finish line and into turn number 1. This battle, the closest one on track right now. Lanford still sitting there on pit road as well. Not sure how much damage he had from that shot to the back of the car. As Fry gets by Gross. They're sitting there and coming off of turn number 5, headed into turn number 6. Quickly look back at that battle for 5th again, as Happy and Hawk run through the last part of the S's here. Hawk shows the nose to the inside. Hard braking into turn number 11. Happy wisely lets the 40 go. Goes for the crossover. These two will be side by side coming to the line this time by. Happy lets him go, and Hawk will finally secure that 5th position. Battle's not over, though. They are still right neck and neck with each other. All it takes is one mistake, and then you'd see the 85, who's right behind them, in this fight as well. Hanneman, you can see there right in the foreground. There's Happy's Coors Light Silver Bullet number 52. See how upset the cars get when they hit that curb. Lanford gets loose at the start-finish line. He's got damage on that back bumper still. Trying to get the car rolling again. He spun it out there. Looks like the 25 has some big-time damage as well. Probably going to try to limp that back around and get into pit road once again, but... Look at the brakes light and glowing as the hard on the brakes from the number 12 into that final sharp U-turn corner of turn number 11. Oh, something happened to Happy. Go back and see what happened. He was running well in the top 5. What happens here, though? Hard onto the brakes. Car gets real upset on the inside of that curb. That lets Hanneman, Tucker, and Fry by. Wilder also comes by him as he falls back to the 10th position. And Happy's got Danny Gross right on his back. Oh, Danny Gross right there. You saw that? He got loose. He goes off track, trying to get the car corrected back on the pavement. Having a hard time with the hills there, but he'll get back under power on the racing surface. Four more laps until the end of the first stage here. Bryce out to a 4-second lead. P2, I told you, make sure you keep your eyes on that 41. He's been good on the road courses so far in the Xfinity Series, and now I got a feeling he's going to be one to watch here in the Cup Series as well. Mangrum sits P3. We'll take a look at where he's at. Looks like he's just coming off of turn 1 through turn 2. And then Marini, you see, is right there in the background. Into number 45. That's 3 GTR drivers in the top 5. And then rounding out your top 5, it is the number 40 of Eugene Hawk. He takes that hard right in turn number 6. Hawk being chased by Hanneman. Hanneman right there as well. Sights set on that 5th position. Pits are closed, 2 to stage. You see there, Bryce coming up on lap traffic. He's got Joe Hudson in his windshield. Hudson dives out of the way. He's also got Lanford in front of him as well. Having to navigate the lap traffic before we get to the end of the first stage. The closing speed is crazy, but Bryce will get by Colton. Comes around the final corner here. One more lap from Sonoma in this first stage. And right now, Hudson would be the recipient of the lucky dog. Ooh, Lanford getting loose in the background there. No real close battles going for any position right now. The closest one for 7th position between Tucker and Fry. Take a quick look at that real quick. Tucker going across the line. Fry right there in the background. We're going to follow along with your race leader here. Oh, it's going to be a battle here as the leader comes to the line for those two. But no, actually, Fry going to lose a little bit of time.
Yellow flag is out.
And that is the end of the first stage here. Bryce winning that first stage. Very dominant first stage there for the number 12. Another playoff point for him as well. He's had a really good season so far in the stages. Obviously, he's locked into the playoff already.
I'm slowing down after the hairpin so the pace car doesn't trigger to come out. Just letting you guys know. Try to let some people catch up.
Smart.
We're almost there.
No, we ain't.
Quickly go over the results there. You can see them on the left-hand side. Those guys all in order. Bryce, Mercado, Mangrum, Marini, Hawk, Hanneman, Tucker, Fry, Wilder, and Happy will get stage points here.
Probably, probably safe now.
They'll go back around and get some pit stops as they go to catch the safety car, that wonderful Porsche safety car.
Ray, how bad is my front bumper?
Let's take a look at Bryce Tucker and his front bumper.
Doesn't look too bad.
Right front's up a little bit, but
Thank you, sir.
right front's up a little bit, but it's not too terribly bad for the number 11. Let these guys get some pits in, and then we will we'll grab our stage 1 winner and have a quick chat with him. And there's that safety car right there.
Nice paint job, 82. I like it.
Hell yeah, brother.
All the lead lap cars going down pit road here. Like I said, Hudson going to get his lap back. Mercado and Mangrum, Marini, Hanneman, all getting out ahead of Bryce. A little bit of strategy there from everybody in the front. And we will grab our stage 1 winner, the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine. Bryce, not a bad race so far for you. You've been pretty aggressive on the curbs and kept able to keep the car underneath you. How you feeling about that first stage for you?
Feeling pretty good. It's a very flowy track. The curbs are dangerous, but I feel like they're also very important here to help get the car rotated in the right spot. So we're going to keep being aggressive, keep attacking. I know that these 4 guys in front of me are on old tires, and I know that they're really going to feel that here in the first couple laps. So I'm going to attack while I can, try to stay clean. I know Jose's got 3 of his teammates behind him, and they're not going to make it easy, but I've got one up here too, and we're going to make sure that they don't run away and try to get back to the point here at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, and so realistically, you think the tires are going to play a factor here? Obviously, they seem to play a factor late in these runs, especially with the elevation changes. Is that really the name of the game, tires all day long?
Yeah, I mean, tire wear at the road courses are always hit or miss, but with how aggressive I'm pushing it, I'm going to be able to, get on the brakes a little bit later and push a little bit harder on the exits of the corner. So I think it is going to come into play here. Like I said, we just got to be aggressive, but we got to be smart. We don't want to put ourselves in a bad spot. So it's all about, like I said, just really, saving the tires, yes, but just, saving the car too as well. A lot of unforced errors from what it sounds like I'm hearing. So we can just keep it clean, keep the car underneath us, and keep the pace that we've been running. I think we should be in a good spot.
All right, well, we'll let you get back down there with your teammate. Good luck this second stage and all the way through the end.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine, your stage 1 winner. Like you said, going to be behind some drivers who have some older tires. We saw some strategy coming in from Mercado, Mangrum, Hanneman, and Marini, all running on some older tires this time. These guys all ready to go racing again. A few drivers still playing catch up to the field. We'll see what happens when these guys fire off. It should be interesting to see what the older tires will have for the 4 freshies of the number 12. Safety car dives down pit road here. Mercado on the outside through this corner, but we'll have the inside as they go to the restart zone.
Green flag, green flag.
Mangrum into the wall there. He's able to keep it going, though. Mercado, Mangrum, and Hanneman, your top 3 so far. Bryce right there, ready to strike, though. Mercado got a good jump on the restart, and he is driving away right now. In the background.
I'm sorry.
Woo, he's able to stay off of everybody. He called it out early, thankfully. He cooked it into that final corner. Slowed down Hanneman, but was able to keep himself out of the 9 and 41. Looked like he might have a shot at potentially taking out Mangrum. Called it out early, though, and heads up driving by everybody. No serious incident from that. Back a little farther, we got Marini right behind Hanneman right now. Holds that 5th position. He's got Hawk right on the tail, though. Ooh, what happened to Happy? Not sure exactly what happened, but he got loose. Mangrum falling down the running order. What happened to Mangrum? Ooh, braking, loose big time. We saw the tail end of it as he just barely tapped the back into the wall. Shouldn't be too much damage, though. He's able to keep it out of the way long enough, and that's going to leave Mercado in the lead with Bryce chasing him down now inside of a second. Honestly, a good job by Mangrum to keep the car clean for the most part, other than the marbles he kicks up onto the racing surface. Bryce is in attack mode, though. He is ready for the lead again. Mercado defends well. Bryce looks to the inside, not able to find it. A little bit of bumping. He backs off of him, though. Doesn't want to wreck him for the lead. Ooh, and Bryce off track there for a second. Losing focus for a moment, but he's got it back underneath of him, hopefully, and he can continue going forward. Looking at Hawk again. He's still chasing down Marini, but now sitting in the 5th position after the mistake by Mangrum. There's Lanford off track right there in front of these guys. Oh, and Hanneman spins in front of Marini. Hawk and Marini on top of each other. They're going to go ahead and get by Hanneman. Fry gets by Hanneman as well. Again, that inside curb gets another victim in the 85 of Hanneman. Car itself doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape, but just really upset the car when he got into that inside there. Inside curb. Now back to the front. It's Bryce and Mercado attacking again, and a lot of damage to the front end for Bryce now. Not sure what happened. He's got a big old dent in that front bumper. Or if that was from the contact earlier with Mercado, I'm not sure. Good battle for the race lead here. Leader's catching up on Danny Gross here. He's going to be right in front of these two. Back for third, Marini still holding off Hawk. The gap between those two out to about a second. Farther back in the field, Mangrum, after the mistake, he's starting to chase down Wilder, looking for that 7th position. He's got that gap down to within a second. You see there the 99 right in front of him. And then Hanneman, after his looping of his 85 car, he's trying to close back in on Fry, who's right in front of him. The gap there, just about a second difference as well. Back out at the race lead, Mercado still holds him off. They did get by Gross on this lap. Oh, and Gross, I heard it in the background. I think I know what happened. We'll go back and look at it real quick. I think I know what happened. We're going to find out if I was right, though. Locks it up. Yep. Hard into those tire barriers, which are more like concrete barriers, and the 27's night is done. Unfortunate for Gross. Meanwhile, these two out front still battling with 4 to go in the stage. Mangrum does get by Wilder for 7th. He's already extended that gap out over almost to 2 seconds, actually. Marini and Hawk within a second of each other still as well. And Bryce and Mercado side by side. Bryce backs out of it as he had the unpreferred line. And we'll try to attack again this lap. 3 laps to go here in stage 2. Next time around, the pit road will be closed. These two are going to be in a battle as they come off that corner. Bryce has the inside line. Mercado not ready to give it up, though. These guys side by side, a little bit of contact, and Bryce will finally get by Mercado. Still a great battle going on there for the race lead. And in the background, you kind of saw the battle for third starting to heat up as well. Marini and Hawk in close proximity. Oh, Lanford off track there right by the race leaders as Bryce aggressive into the final corner there. He does get a good run off, though. It's going to give him a very big gap as he comes around. Pit road's closed, 2 laps to stage. Oh, I'm not sure what happened to Tucker. Looked like Tucker had some issues. Let's take a quick look at that and see why when he jumped to the... Oh, big time damage there for the number 11. See what happened. Oh, just hits the curbs, gets loose and hard into those tires. Motor blows and his night's gonna be done. Back to the race lead again. Mercado keeping it close, overshoots it a little bit there into that final U-turn corner there. White flag for stage number 2. Fry and Hanneman in close proximity of each other as well. Fry holds the 5th position. Hanneman looking for it. They've got the lap car of Hudson in front of them as well. Hanneman on that back bumper of the 82. Hudson gets out of the way to let these two battle. But when in front of them, Marini cooks it into that corner. Take a look at where the leader is. Leader's going through the S's. Marini loses the position to Hawk. Fry still holds 5th. Back out front, Bryce has just about a 6/10 of a second lead as he comes through the final corners. Mercado not able to get to him, and oh, gets loose, has to lock it down and get going again, but it is going to be the number 12 of Bryce winning this second stage as well. That is stage 2. Congratulations, Bryce, on the second stage win.
Good battle there, Frey.
Good battle, Bryce. I got moving at the end. Wait for you. The track is really easy. Thing is easier 30.
Marble's definitely playing a factor here. 2 stages so far, 28 laps. Most of them led by Fontaine. Mercado has the few that he did lead in that second stage.
Can we catch the pace car?
I'm trying. I suck. Can I get an EOL, please?
And Bryce stays out. Strategy here. Hanneman also staying out. Hudson will have the lucky dog as he goes by everybody. Get his lap back. Happy still coming around to get his pits in if he wants them. There he goes. First one off of pit road. Is Mangrum. Mangrum leaving the pit road in 36 seconds, so a quick pit stop there for the number 9. Mercado will come out in the 4th position as Hawk will come out in the 5th position. We will grab our second place finisher. We'll grab our second place finisher from that second stage. Jose Mercado. Mercado, you had a good battle there with Bryce through that second stage. You were able to lead some laps. Coming out 4th here in this for this final stage. How you feeling about the race the rest of the way?
Feeling pretty good. I feel like might have something for Bryce. It all depends on what his strategy is going to be. I already got my strategy set. I know he's going to have to pit one more time. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, you had strategy in the first stage as well. Was it a 2-tire stop or a 0-tire stop?
No tires.
No tires?
I wanted to see the wear on the tires after those first 14 laps to see what I was going to do for stage 3. Since the tire update, they used to not wear out the tires on road courses. Now they are wearing out, so I just wanted to see how the wear looked so I can plan for stage 3.
Well, now that you're in this 3rd stage, you got a chance to win it. We will get you back down with your team, and good luck the rest of this way.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Mercado already locked himself into the playoffs with a win at Daytona, and we'll look for a second one here at the road course. He's been on par with what Bryce has been able to throw at the field here. Marini's been quick. Mangrum has been quick. All 3 of those GTR racers have been fast. Here we go. We got 25 laps to the end of this race. Once again, the field in the hands of the number 12. Dent and all in the front bumper of the number 12. He will lead them to the green flag. And we are racing again in this third stage. Bryce and Hanneman, two of the Eternal Racers, at the front on old tires and gonna need to pit here at some point in this final stage. Not sure what the fuel looks like for these guys, and if these guys in the other group of Mercado, Mangrum, and Hawk and all the people that just came down pit road, if they will be able to make it to the end or not. We're not sure about that. Bryce still being very aggressive on the curbs. Mercado sits in third with Mangrum right behind him, and Hawk in fifth. Marini right behind Hawk as well in the sixth position. Number 12 Toyota runs through this final corner. Set of corners, rather, excuse me. He will lead the lap. 23 to go. Mercado ready to challenge Hanneman for the second position. Looking to strike on the number 85. Oh, Hawk locks it down there. Saw in the background, was able to get it back under control and get it rolling the right way. Hanneman defending that second position very well. Mercado probing, looking for an opening. Newer tires. Ooh, has to check up big time for the 85. Shows the nose to the inside, going into the final corner. Hanneman, oh, Hanneman gets around. Oh, and Mangrum hard into the back of the 41.
My bad. I locked him up. Bad. Sorry.
Now Mercado and Mangrum side by side. Mercado has to let the 9 go by. He had a very rough corner there. Almost forced Hawk off track as well. Oh, big launch from Mangrum off of the inside curb. Mercado gonna peek to the inside of his teammate.
Yep.
Not sure what happened to Fry there. See what happened. Ooh, loops it. Good job of not getting into the 99. And Hanneman got to him and looked like everything was okay from there. Mercado, though, 8.5 seconds to the race leader. Marini got by Hawk for fourth as well. 3 GTR drivers, 2, 3, 4. Hawk still battling for that 4th position, though. He's right there. Wilder's right in the mix there, too, for the battle. Sitting in 6th. The W99 looking to move his way forward. Bryce coming around will have 20 laps to go when he crosses the line here. Ooh, Mangrum down pit road. I'm guessing their damage from the collision too much right now as he's coming down pit road. Was wondering what was going on there with the number 9, but he is coming down. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, not sure what's going on with Mangrum other than, like I said, potentially the damage. .20 to go here. As Bryce comes around, will he be coming down pit road? Yes, he is. Here comes the number 12 down pit road. Got to imagine Hanneman won't be too far behind him either. That'll leave Mercado to the lead. Hanneman stays out another lap. He goes to the inside of Wilder. That'll take the 4th position for Hanneman. Marini is now down pit road as well. Mangrum is back out on track, so maybe a scheduled pit stop there for the number 9. Yeah, here comes Marini off pit road now. 44 seconds for Marini on pit road. Looks like a gas and go for the number 45. Will Mercado come down now? No, he stays out. Here comes Hanneman down pit road this time around. Fry will get by him. As will Bryce. Mangrum and Marini are going to be coming by him here in a moment as well. You see P2 in the background there from the cameras as Mercado is coming around again. Taking a look at Fry. He's closing in on Wilder for third. But the 12 will be getting bigger in his rear view as well. Wilder going to let him go. Put the 82 up to P3. Something happened with Hanneman. Not sure what happened there. We'll take a look at it. I got a feeling it's going to be that inside curb again. Nope, this time cooks it through that corner. Gets it going again, though. No issues. Oh, Fry gets a little bit loose there. He's going to let Fontaine go. Put the 12 up into the third position. Mercado will be coming around to take 15 laps to go. With 15 to go. All these other drivers have been coming down pit road and getting more fuel. Is there a strategy call from Mercado that he thinks he can save it to the end, or is he just going to wait and get a little splash later on in the race to make it to the end? We'll see. You got to imagine if he was going to take the splash, he'd take it early. Good run here for Hawk tonight, sitting second right now. On an island by himself, sitting in second though. The leader about 8 seconds ahead. P3 closing, but 7+ seconds behind him. Thought the gap was a little closer between Fry and Wilder, but it is kind of extended out to about 2 seconds now. Looks like Wilder might be trying to challenge for fourth once again, but still got a little bit of a gap there between the two. Happy sitting in 8th place right now. Got to say, one of my favorite paint schemes of the old NASCAR days was the Silver Bullet that Sterling Marlin ran. Hudson's down pit road. I would guess for a scheduled stop. Mercado still leading. The gap between he and Bryce now down to 13 seconds. Yeah, road racing is an art that I haven't really mastered or even tried to master. So anybody who can be good at it, I applaud them, especially in stock cars, any kind of stock cars. Mercado's shown some prowess in road racing in the stock cars, as has Bryce. As Fontaine closes in on Hawk for second. Fontaine trying to close the gap to the lead again. 12.5 seconds the gap right now. Oh, Ray going. Something happening to the 85 here again. Let's take a look at it. Mostly trying to see where it happened. Yeah, this one's been a problem spot as well for a couple of drivers. So he's got it going again though, no issues. But here we go, battle for P2. There goes the 12 by Hawk. Hawk lets him go. And now 9.3 seconds. The gap with about 10 laps to go. Happy headed down pit road. Jose and Bryce able to wave to each other as they each one comes out of that corner and one goes into it. So
Thank you.
wow, they're losing a lot of time now. We'll see what happened on the 99. I have been where he is. Done that before. No harm, no foul, though. He still finds himself in the 5th spot. Does have Mangrum starting to chase him down. 9 to go here. Gap starting to close down, though. Inside of 8 seconds. Bryce being very aggressive through the corners. Aggressive can be good, but it is going to make you more prone to mistakes as well. He's reeled the gap into 6 seconds. Hudson gets right out of the way and allows the leader to go by. 5.6 the gap with 8 to go. There you see Hudson getting out of the way for Bryce as well. Not wanting to impact the battle for the race win. Marini was able to get by Wilder for 6th. Didn't see how that pass happened, but Wilder's been really smart about letting people go who are faster than him, so I would imagine it had something to do with that. .2 the gap between Bryce and Mercado. Hawk still holding down the 3rd position. Next closest to him is Fry. That gap. Never mind. Hawk having to come down pit road, this time by. And Mercado has to pit as well with 7 to go. That's going to leave Bryce in the lead. I was wondering when those two were going to have to come down pit road, if at all, and there they go. 6 to go. Mercado and Hawk down pit road. Out comes Mercado now, as Fry comes out in front of him. Mangrum will get by Hawk as well, as Hawk's coming out of pit road this time. Right there, the gap between he and P6, about 3 seconds. And now with 6 to go, Bryce a 23-second lead over Fry, who's in P2. That battle for second, hotly contested right now, as Mercado going to get by Fry. Fry letting him go. "24 seconds, a long time to gain back in the 5 laps. Fry going down pit road right now as well. That should put Mangrum ahead of the 82 as he's coming around to the line. Hawk and Marini should be able to get by him as well. Wilder also went down pit road there. So those two having to top off. Fry out now. Wilder will get passed by Hanneman here in just a moment, as Bryce comes around. 4 more laps for the number 12. Strategy not paying off here for Mercado. The gap still 24 plus seconds, almost 25. Now it is 25 seconds. Still going to come home with a great finish, but got to believe that the 41 of Mercado was looking for a race win. As Happy, you see there off track, gets it back underneath of him. Still a good solid finish for all 3 members of the GTR team. You got Mercado sitting P2, Mangrum in the 3rd position, and Marini in 5th. These guys have been up front all race long. They've been in the top 5. Three more laps from Sonoma. Mercado has clear track ahead of him, but definitely not enough time to gain on the 12. Trying to see if there might be a battle for the 4th position before we get to the end of this thing. Seems like there might be one, but not sure yet. These guys about 2 seconds apart. A mistake by either would solidify the battle between the two. We got 2 more laps here, as Bryce already halfway through this lap, coming to the white flag. Here he comes, the number 12, for the white flag this time. One more time around this nearly 2-mile road course. Hanneman loose in front of him will go down a lap. Wilder also had an incident, but nothing, doesn't seem like anything major because he didn't have to teleport to the pits, get towed to the pits. Maybe a smart play by Hanneman. Doesn't have to do another lap after this if he's behind the race leader. Saw the aggression still turned up to 100 by the 12. Had the car get loose, was able to keep it underneath of him, though, as he comes off of the final corners. Your race winner will be the number 12 of Bryce Fountaine here at Sonoma. Coming home second position is going to be the 41 of Jose Mercado.
Go with Bryce.
There he goes, crossing the line for the final time. Mangrum
Good win, Bryce.
coming around with Hawk right behind him. Not right behind him, a few seconds back, a couple seconds back, but he will cross the line third with Hawk finishing in fourth. Marini finishing in fifth. That's your top five. Fry, the last one to cross the line here. Everybody else already done so. The 82 comes home in the sixth position. The last car on the lead lap. Ever the showman, Bryce, driving backwards on the track.
Hey, man, sorry about that. That was completely my fault. I take the blame for that. I locked up. I tried to slow down to let you gather it up, but when I got hit by the line, that did it. He had nowhere to go either, so I apologize.
Get these drivers up into the broadcast waiting room. Top three to the broadcast waiting room, please. Top three to the broadcast waiting room. Get these guys in there, and then we will run through some interviews here with the top three anyway, and talk with them about their race and see how they felt they did and everything. A couple of incidents. A couple of drivers having some big-time incidents. But overall, nothing too crazy. We've got our third place and first place finishers in there, so we will go ahead and I guess grab our third place finisher here. Yeah, we'll start it off with our third place finisher, the number 9 of CD Mangrum. CD, not a bad race for you. couple of incidents there on track. One in the penultimate corner there with your teammate and Hanneman, but overall not a bad race for you. How you feeling about it?
It was cool. We we were kind of just hanging out stage 1, getting a feel for the track. I told myself I was gonna run some practice laps during the week before, but I just never got around to it, so I just kind of showed up. And yeah, I haven't driven a road course since they did the debris refresh
Yep.
last year. So I like to think that's the reason for my spin, not driver error. But we got back, didn't take tires the whole race. Kind of how I like to do these. We had nowhere to go there in that turn.
Yeah.
Smashed the front end, and it wouldn't turn right very well. But towards the end, I guess low on fuel or something. Maybe the tires got better, but we were able to cut some laps at the end. Get back up to third, top 3. Yeah, solid.
Yeah, we were watching when the incident happened there, where you got into Jose, and like you said, nowhere to go really. I mean, it was a parking lot right in front of you, and
Yeah,
there was nothing you could do about it.
I kind of finished him off the 85 when he was turned,
Yep.
just to get out of there. What are you gonna do,
Yeah, not much you can do in that situation.
We were gonna pile on there, I think, if we could gotten out of there, but yeah, not bad. I think we got GTR 3 top 5s tonight.
Yep.
Can't complain.
Yeah,
just slowly getting the rust off. So.
Yeah, you took a long break there. I know Bryce had talked about it and said he'd raced with you in previous leagues before, and that you were taking a break. And seems like the aggression meter getting up there for you, and you're able to make some good finishes. I mean, I think this is what, the 3rd top 5 in a row for you. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. So
walking top 5. Yeah,
so
just slowly
third
getting,
podium.
Throughout the race, just get better throughout the race, and hopefully by the stage 3 in rhythm. This track is there's not really anywhere to rest. It's really go go go. So you just gotta get a good rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what track's next, but look forward to it.
Looks like next week, as I go down and take a look at it real quick, so I can tell you, it is Dover, the Monster Mile for a couple hundred laps. How you feeling about Dover?
We'll show up, and we'll try to get out of there as quick as possible.
All right. Anybody want to shout out before we let you go, CD?
Yeah, shout out to the fans, the admins, everybody tuning in, GTR, same deal. We'll catch y'all next week.
All right. That'll do it from your 3rd place finisher here. Good run tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we will grab our 2nd place finisher here, the number 41 of Jose Mercado. Jose, good battles with Bryce there in the 2nd stage. Strategy plays in a factor here in this 3rd and final stage. Still taking home P2. How you feeling about the race, bud?
Well, I want to start, first of all, I want to apologize to Hanneman, 85. I kind of locked it up. I did the start of stage 3 and spun him out. I tried to stay off of him and let him gather up, but then the 9 hit me and that completely spun him out. So apologies to him. Wasn't my intention. Wish I would have stayed out with Bryce and stayed closer to him. I feel like we have pretty even cars, but then once I pitted, and I just stayed out the long run just to see if I can get the most laps left, but I don't know if I got it or not.
I don't know yet. We can take a look at it afterwards. But yeah, overall, still a good amount of laps led for you tonight, and you guys, both you and Bryce, were kind of the class of the field between the two of you. I mean, Bryce had the fastest lap with a 1:16.68. You were only 0.2 behind him for the best lap of the race. So definitely between the two of you for best cars on track this evening. But yeah, talk more about the strategy call. I mean, were you thinking that maybe you could just stretch it a little bit longer, or was it always the plan to pit late in that run?
So to begin with, I was gonna split the stage. If it didn't happen, what happened with the 85, that I lost so much time to Bryce, I was just gonna split it in half, and I wasn't gonna take tires, just fuel only, and split the stage in half. But once that spun out, that opened up a gap for Bryce, and I knew there's no way I was gonna catch him, so I just went for the long run and ran it out of fuel, and then just took a splash and go.
Gotcha. Yeah, so not a bad night though. A couple of good finishes here for you so far this season. You know, you already got the race when you're locked into the playoffs, but now you've got some good finishes under your belt as well. Talk to me about how the rest of the season's looking for you. You know, we got Dover next week, and kind of like what's your mindset going through the rest of this regular season?
Just trying to get more stage points for the playoffs. I'm not. I'm looking for wins, but more or bonus playoff points so I can stay closer to Bryce once the playoffs start. Um, Other than that, just try to get the best finishes I can and try to stay up there. You know, clicking off top fives and consistency and try not to be involved in wrecks. I know Dover is notorious for a lot of wrecks. It's a really loose track coming off the corners, so gotta avoid those and try to get a good finish next week again.
All right. Anybody you want to shout out before we let you go, Jose?
All the GTR guys, I want to shout out Bryce. Hell of a race, good battle there in stage two. I know we were really close. Um, so great win for him. And on to the next one. Thank you guys on the broadcast for doing it every week. You guys do a hell of a job. So appreciate it.
All right. That's your second place finisher, Jose Mercado. Congratulations on the second. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
And the sweep is complete here for your race winner, number 12, Bryce Fontaine. How you feeling after that race, bud?
I am sweating profusely, and I smell like the inside of a Subway.
No, inside of a Subway. That's a weird one. You mean the onion?
Yeah.
The onion scent?
You know the scent. But yeah, man, it feels good. I was talking to Jose before he got dragged up. He definitely had me worried there in that final stage. Like in my mind, I knew everybody had to pit again, but he really had me thinking like, does he have to pit? Does he have to pit? Does he have to pit? And I mean, I was telling Ray, we both had the same strategy, and unfortunately, he got caught up there with Jose, and that kind of hurt his chance there a little bit. But I just told Ray, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna run as if they don't have to pit, and if I get to them, great. If not, then good race. And I had a big, huge sigh of relief when he went to pit road, and I knew at that point, obviously, that you know I had it. So just trying to keep it on the track and have fun and finish. So
Yeah, and we're looking at the front of your car. What the heck happened to the front of your car? You got a big old dent right in the middle of it. Was that with the contact with Jose at the beginning of the third stage?
yeah, so yeah, that was right there down the hill coming to the S's. I don't know if I don't know what happened. I need to go back and look at it. I mean, initially from my point of view, it just seemed like he parked it in the middle of the corner, and I surged up on there and got him a little bit, and it didn't affect me too much. And then the other part of the celebration, or other part of the damage, was during the celebration. Yeah, I had a Phoenix Pint Road incident there, just messing around and got it a little bit more damage. But yeah, I mean, it was fine. It didn't really seem to hurt the car. I was keeping an eye on my temps, especially with how aggressive I was on the downshifts to just make sure that I didn't need to baby it. And luckily, this Toyota Camry engine held up for us, and we were able to finish and get the sweep.
Yeah, 2 stage wins, a final race win as well. That's the third one, I believe, for you for the season so far. So really flexing your might here so far through the beginning portion of the season. And, we're going to Dover next week. I know you did very well there in the Xfinity series, and you've talked about liking Dover quite a bit. So how you feeling about Dover in the Cup car next week?
Dover honestly can kiss my butt. I don't dislike it. I don't like it. It's just Dover is Dover. I mean, we'll see what happens. I know Will is really the one that loves Dover, so we'll see what he can do. And honestly, I mean, I do have to say I'm surprised with my pace tonight. All the little bit of testing that I had done was just on a fuel, like a full fuel load cell. I didn't realize how much that made a difference. And those qualifying laps were two of the fastest laps I've ever had at Sonoma, and they were back to back. And that really surprised me and kind of gave me a little bit of boost of confidence going to the actual race. I mean, Jose, he put the pressure on me, CD as well. I mean, I knew that those guys were going to be lurking if I made a mistake. So it was really just trying to find the line of, racing it hard and making the pace that I know I can without, making a mistake. And luckily, the car stayed pointed straight the whole time. So I will take it.
Yeah, kind of looking at the lap times as well. I mean, we were looking at the fastest lap of the race when I was talking with Jose. You had the fastest lap of the race with a 1:16.68. he was 0.2 off of you with a 1:16.88. So he was right there with you for the entirety of the race, really, it felt like. And then just the difference maker was that strategy. So, you know, I mean, how important is strategy going into the road courses? You know, is it the end all be all?
Is it the end all be all? No. I think regardless of what, I think pace is the end all be all. I mean, kind of saw that at Coda. I mean, obviously Millet ran away with the field, but I mean, I got that drive-through penalty and was still able to come through in second. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's really just raw pace. But yeah, I was talking to Ray and I was like, look, everybody's going to have to pit. Let's just stay out here and we'll pit early. And then that way, when we pit, we won't have to worry about any traffic. And that way, it's just racing the track. And I think his 1:16.8, I think he ran that at the beginning of the third stage, and then the 1:16.6 I ran was after I came out and did my pit stop because I knew I had to put the pressure on him. So I took tires in the first stage, didn't take them again the rest of the race. And as the car got lighter with the fuel consumption, it just, I mean, it was a ripper. And yeah, I mean, strategy is important, but at the end of the day, I think it's pace. And Jose had it. I mean, he definitely, I don't want to say surprised me because I know Jose is always quick at the road courses, but my lap times in practice were, you know, a decent bit faster than everybody. And I kind of was wondering, I'm like, I wonder if I'm showing too much here. And then, you know, there's a few people, you know, that once that green flag drops, they're able to just kick it up a nickel and really, you know, turn it up. And Jose had it, CD had it, Ray had it there for a minute too. I mean, there was a lot of guys that could have easily came away with this win if I would have made a crucial mistake. So.
Yeah. Well, you got the win. Anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to shout out the wife for allowing me to spend the time on here that I do. It's awesome that she supports me and gives me the time to do it. So I'm very appreciative. Wow, English is hard. Very appreciative of her for that. Of course, I got to shout out all the guys at Eternal for all their support. Colby, Adam, Billy, Garrett, everybody, just for all the hard work that we do and all the help and support that they give. It really makes, you know, racing like this easier. Got to give a huge shout out to Triple Stint Racing Gloves for hopping on the car with us. Again, not a big glove guy on the ovals, but when I do some road racing, I really enjoy them and they're really comfortable and really affordable. So triplestentracing.com gets you a good set of racing gloves, and then iStats for hopping on the car as well. And then of course I got to give a big shout out to, I mean, Jose, everybody on the track for keeping it clean. I know we had a couple incidents, but you know, again, it takes guys on the track to be in a league. So I'm very appreciative for everybody that shows up each and every week and puts the time in that they do. And then of course, thank you to you for the broadcast tonight, and especially being up there solo dolo. I know how it is. So I'm sure you did amazing as always. And I just couldn't thank you more for everything you do for us, man. I really appreciate it.
All right. Your race winner, number 12 of Bryce Fontaine. We'll see you next week at Dover.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man.
And that will do it for everybody here. We'll take a quick look through the race results very quickly. Again, your race winner, the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine, Jose Mercado in second. And then the 41, CD Mangrum comes home P3. And the number 9, Eugene Hawk with a good run, comes home P4, right where he started. And then Mike Marini in the 45 will come home 5th, down 3 spots, but still a good run for Marini. And then coming home P6 is the 82 of Kevin Fry. In 7th, the biggest mover of the race, up 7 positions, is the 85 of Ray Hanneman. Coming home in 8th, it is Sean Wilder in the number 99. And right back behind him in the number 52, coming home 9th. It's a Sean sandwich there as he comes home in 9th. It is Sean Happick. Coming home 10th, your race winner from last week, Joe Hudson in the 49. And then a handful of drivers here with big-time issues with incidents. We got the number 11 finishing in 11th and Bryce Tucker. Coming home 12th to 27 of Danny Gross. 13th is Colton Lanford. And 14th, William Kern. 54 laps down. But overall, not a bad race for everybody. And, you know, it was a really, really good, interesting race with strategy and all that. And now we'll be on to Dover in 1 week's time. But don't go too far away. Sunday, we got the trucks going once again. We're going to be racing at the Great Coliseum of Bristol. And then on Monday, it is road racing once again, but this time with the Xfinity Series. They'll be running live from Watkins Glen. But yeah, that's going to do it here from everybody here at High Velocity Racing League. We will see you guys on Sunday for the Truck Series, and have a great